Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heidi and today we're going to be going through my second bag of empties that I've been saving from this past year. This one is more fall leaning and yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. If you like this kind of video, please give it a like, and if you want to join me on this scent journey that I'm on where we can discuss all things that smell good, go ahead and subscribe. And let's get into it. We're still going strong with the allergies. So does anybody else have allergies right now? First one out of the bag is Vanilla Waves. So good. So perfect. Salty, caramely, vanilla. Yeah, let's just hope and pray they bring this one back. It's an excellent bar. Super sad for those of you who don't have that anymore. That was a shocker. But yeah, Vanilla Waves, I do that one in my kitchen. I don't think I've done it anywhere else in the house, but I would definitely, I would do it in, I think I would do it in just about any room. It's a very versatile scent. Even though it was in the bakery category, I think it's one that could really be warmed anywhere. So next is Cinnamon Buttercream. This one is not my favorite. I have a few bars, I didn't club it, but I definitely think it's good as a mixer, and I actually prefer this over Vanilla Bean Buttercream. Sugar Cookie beats both of those out, but this is a unique scent. It's got some like mascarpone, I'm not sure how you say that, cheese and cinnamon, and it's just like a creamy bakery kind of sweet scent that yeah, I think it really lends well for mixing primarily, but I think it's good on its own as well. So that's Cinnamon Buttercream. Jack's Obsession. Talked about this one the other day in my video. Yeah, just a fall cinnamon apple scent that I think it's more of a green apple, but I don't have that one in my club anymore. I think I still have a bar left of it, and I will melt it this fall. Halloween Town. This one, so Halloweeny to me. I smell it and I'm just transported to like the week of Halloween. So I must be melting this around Halloween week when the kids are all doing their dress up days and trick-or-treating is going on and all of that, because that's just what I get from this. I think there's like cedar and cranberry and some spice. I'm not sure if it's apple or pumpkin, but it's just a really well blended, really nice scent. It gets really oily in the clamshell. And again, I'm noticing that this is the old packaging where they don't have the indentations in the back. So I don't know. They must have made a lot of those before they stopped offering it, because since then they have changed the backs of the clams, and so they just must have a ton of it to get rid of. Cotton Candy Cookie. This is a really great summer scent to warm in the kitchen. It's not too heavy, but it's got like raspberry and sugar cookie and cotton candy, and it's just a nice low rolling kind of scent that it's not like a powerhouse by any means, but you can smell it, and it definitely goes for a very long time for a bakery scent for me. So primarily I think I'd only do this one in the kitchen, but I have heard people say that they have warmed it in their bedrooms, and so I might give that a try sometime. I don't think it would be bad in a bedroom. I just yeah, I just think bakery scents always to me are more of a kitchen melt, but I think I'm going to try that sometime. Buckleberry. Talked about this one the other day. This one I do like end of summer, beginning of fall. It's just a real deep, rich berry scent that they say there's a bakery note in this. I don't get it at all, and you could definitely mix it with some kind of bakery to bring that out, but I just get like mainly a deep, rich, spiced, not even very much spiced berry. There's a little bit of spice, but it's like very light in the spice category. So I really enjoy that one. I enjoy that one in the summer and in the fall. First Day of Fall. This one is so good, and it's just fall in a bar to me. This just reminds me of the whole season of fall. So I think there's definitely cinnamon and nutmeg in this one. And I can't remember the other notes, but it's very unique, and I really love First Day of Fall. I put that in my club, and I hope they bring it back, because I know a lot of people warm this on the actual first day of fall, but I did it on the first day of fall, but then I did it like for the whole month or two after that. It was just awesome. All right, maple rum cake. This one came out in the Harvest Trio, I believe. I did club it. It's nice. It's just okay in the clamshell on cold, and then when you warm it, it definitely changes, and it's just kind of an undescript, nice, spiced kind of bakery scent, and it's not heavy on maple at all. I know it says maple rum cake. I don't even really get rum in this, but maple, no, I don't get maple in this. I'm not a big fan of maple in scents. So I think if you don't like maple, you'd still be okay with this. And so we'll see if they bring that back in next fall's catalog. But that was maple rum cake. I did that in my kitchen. Oh, and I should say too, first day fall I did mainly in my high ceiling living room. All right, winterberry apple tea. This is a kitchen melt for me that I started doing last fall and then went all through the winter. I did club it. Ooh, got pieces falling out. It's just a really nice scent. I think this is just a really pretty scent in the kitchen that's not super heavy bakery, but it's got some spice, and then the apples and the honey and berries, and it's just really well blended, and it does a really good job at scenting the kitchen with just a nice fall-y, wintry tea scent. Toasted acorn and oak. I did not care for this. If I'm being honest, I would say caramel chestnut was, I guess I kind of was hoping that this would smell like the things that I was wanting before caramel chestnut came out. So when I read the description and bought the bar and just the name toasted acorn and oak, I was like, ooh, this is gonna smell like Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day acorn spice, or it's gonna smell like Williams Sonoma spiced chestnut, and it didn't smell like that to my nose. So I was bummed, and then caramel chestnut came out and I was like, yay, finally. So I'm not a big fan of toasted acorn and oak. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not really my style. I actually feel like I get some maple in that, and I know it's not in the notes, but that's what my nose picks up, and so that's why I'm not crazy about it. Falling apples. This is one of our 10 new releases from this past fall, and I think I only got one bar of it and did not put it in my club. I liked it. It was fine. I really think on scent description and the name, I really thought I was gonna love it, and then I just kind of was like, oh, it's missing something. Maybe it's just because it's an apple scent. I don't love all apple scents. So yeah, that one I did in my living room, and it wasn't a super great performer, and it was just okay. So I did not purchase any more, I don't believe, and I did not club it. Velvet Moon. This was another one from the 10 new releases from last fall and winter. This was so good. Yeah, I think there's currant in this one and musk. So there's some similar notes in Velvet Moon as there is Fluffy Fleece, which is really funny because when you smell them in the wax, not the laundry necessarily in Fluffy Fleece, but the wax smells very similar to Velvet Moon. So I'm kind of wondering if they're going to kick out the Fluffy Fleece wax for Velvet Moon and then keep Fluffy Fleece in laundry. I clubbed Fluffy Fleece just in case. I like them both. I didn't like Fluffy Fleece at first, and then I ended up really liking it, but Velvet Moon was so good, and you just never know if they're going to bring back a bar from the 10 new releases. They're going to potentially cut one, because they did that this past year with Paradise Petals. So I didn't want to take my chances with any of the ones that I really liked, just knowing that they're not for sure going to bring all 10 back. So Velvet Moon went in my club. I really like that one in the bathroom and in a bedroom. Warm Pumpkin Drizzle. This was the scent of the month, I believe, for October, if I'm not mistaken. I liked it. It was kind of fun because it's got pineapple in it, and who would have thought to put pineapple in a pumpkin scent? But it was good. I actually really enjoyed it. It had like a brightness and a fruitiness to it that pumpkin scents don't typically have. So I had gotten the kit, which I don't normally do. I only get the kit if I really love the warmer, and I think I'm really gonna love the scent. And I do like pumpkin scents, and the pineapple was intriguing to me. So I ended up with like 8 bars of these. So I didn't end up clubbing it because I just have so many bars still left to go through. But this would be a kitchen melt for me. And it is, I think it is in the bakery category, but it's not a heavy bakery scent to my nose. It's just like a spiced pumpkin with pineapple and maybe some cherry, which is just an interesting combination. I don't get a ton of maple syrup in this, which I think was in the description, but it didn't read super heavy on the maple to me. So I really enjoyed that, and we'll see if it comes back next fall. Cozy Fireside. Yeah, this is one I would melt through the fall and the winter because it's just beautiful. I had a really old bar, you guys. Look at, this is one without the indentations, and it's stained. It was so old, but it smelled so good still. Like, this one did not expire by any means. So Cozy Fireside is like embers and cinnamon, and there might be some clove in here, but it's just a smoky, cinnamony, lovely, cozy, homey scent. And I primarily warm this one in my living area here, this living room. So good. Mandarin Moon. This was apparently from a Bring Back My Bar, and I don't remember ever ordering it. Maybe I did just to try it. I'm not crazy about Mandarin Moon. Maybe this is an older, well, that's not that old because it has the indentations on it. I just don't know about this one. I'm not crazy about it. It's like a mandarin orange with, I'm not sure what I pick up in that scent other than mandarin orange, and there's other things in there, but I don't really care for it. So I had melted it, but I would not repurchase it. Might try it again if it came back out because maybe my bar was just old or expired. Anyway, Simply Vanilla is next. I loved Simply Vanilla. This one, I had a couple, you know, bars. I think I still have a bar left of it that has some cubes left. But once Vanilla Cream came out in the Bring Back My Bar, I was okay with, you know, that one I'll go ahead and finish. But I had warmed this one in the fall. I think I mixed it with some things and I just loved it so much. But I only had a couple of bars left of this, so I still have another bar, but I won't hesitate to finish that one up because now I have Vanilla Cream in my club. So that's Simply Vanilla. It's just what it says. It's simply vanilla. It's just like a vanilla with coconut milk, but really honestly I just get like a French vanilla, sort of like the Yankee French vanilla. Cozy Vanilla and Pumpkin. This one was a new release. No, not a new release. This was from a Harvest Trio, and I loved this one. It was so good. It's a different take on a pumpkin scent. It's got pumpkin and the vanilla and the cinnamon, but the cinnamon's a really nice, sweet, light cinnamon. It's not like the super heavy, it's not like a red hot cinnamon. It's like it's just a light, sweet cinnamon. It might be the Ceylon is maybe how you say that, cinnamon. And I also pick up a little bit of a milk chocolate note in this. I know it's not in the description. It probably isn't even in there at all, but for some reason the combination of all of that pumpkin and the vanilla and the Ceylon cinnamon just reads like a little bit of milk chocolatiness to it. But it was a really good performer. It was really, it's just a sweet scent, and loved it for the fall. So I hope that comes back in the catalog next fall. Apple S'mores. This was a fun one to do in the fall. Yeah, I'm not super crazy about it. Again, though, it's the apple for me. So I know this one has like a cult following, and I can completely understand why. There's like a menagerie of scent notes in Apple S'mores. It's so odd. And I can't even remember what they all are, but it's definitely unique. And I did it in my kitchen. It was fun, but it's not one that I would want to warm a ton of. So yeah, I don't know. If it came back, I might try another bar of it, but it was just something that was fun. But I think it's just sort of like a one-time melt for me, a season kind of bar. So that was Apple S'mores. Huckleberry Hideaway. This was another one from the 10 new releases. Oh, I just go back and forth between whether I like this or not. It's like I want to like it based on all of the scent notes. It has some patchouli in it, which I definitely pick up. I do like Scentsy's Huckleberry, but it's just so sharp. It's like one of the sharpest scents I've ever smelled from Scentsy. So I do have a bar maybe left of it, maybe 2 bars. I'm not really sure, and I'll go ahead and warm those maybe this spring, maybe even in the summer. I really feel like this is a bar you could melt year round. I don't think it's season specific, but I didn't club it, and it might be one that does not come back. I could see this one getting the boot, but that was Huckleberry Hideaway. It was strong, long lasting. So if you like that scent, I hope you put it in your club and are enjoying it. So Black Currant and Plum, another one from the 10 new releases. This one was pretty, and yeah, it kind of just reminded me of like a black, like a fall version of like your cozy cardigan or your cashmere and corduroy. But it was like the black currant plum, like the dark fruit version of those scents. So it was lovely, but it wasn't a super great performer and it didn't wow me. So I didn't club it. I don't even think I picked up a second bar of it, but that was black currant plum. And I did that one in the bedrooms. Perfect pumpkin pear. I don't remember when this came out and I don't think that I like it. No. No, there's something in there that I don't like. Can you tell by my face? I don't know. No on perfect pumpkin pear. I did not like it. I went ahead and warmed the bar, but we won't get that one again. Hocus Pocus. This one was just so good. Did it in my bathrooms, bedrooms. Might have done it here in the living room. I don't know that I would do it in the kitchen. It's just so perfumey. It's not a foodie cherry. There's cherry in here, maybe some other berries, but this one is beautiful. It's the dupe of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but yeah, I hope they come back out with that in the fall so we can get some more people on board with Hocus Pocus, because it was an awesome scent and it performed really well too. Graduation. Oh, this is one of my favorite bars. If I had had a club during this moment by moment collection, I would have clubbed Graduation. I have been picking up bars of this every time I go into the clearance. When I'm placing an order, if I go in clearance and it's still there, I will throw a bar or more into my order because I don't have it in my club. Don't know when it's coming back, if ever. I don't know how many collection bars they offer up for the Bring Back My Bar voting. And this one is old because it doesn't have the indentations. It's like apple. See, this is an apple that I do like. It's got apple and like maybe suede leather, vanilla, and it really kind of reminds me of like vanilla suede. But I warmed this like when the kids were first starting school. I know Robin H said that she warms this when her kiddo is starting school, like maybe in September-ish time. And yeah, it's like the perfect scent to warm during that time of the year. So if you have any of these, yeah, I highly recommend warming them during that time. It just feels right for some reason. But Graduation was a really good performance. Not super strong, but I loaded up the warmers with it and it went for a really long time. This is a very long lasting one, kind of a low roller like cotton candy cookie, but it goes for a long time. So Graduation. Excuse me, I need to help my throat. All right, let's keep going. Scary Good. Oh, I love Scary Good. This is in my club. And look at the label on that. It's so cute with the little pumpkins. I don't remember what's all in this, but it's so yummy. Yeah, I think it has pumpkin spice. I'm not sure what all the notes are right now off the top of my head, but this is a really nice fall scent. I think mainly I did it in the kitchen, but I do think you could do it in the open concept or living area. Yeah, let's hope that one comes back. It was one of my top favorites in the fall to melt. Huckleberry Sage. This is kind of a popular one, but it's fine. It's okay. It's light. It's actually like a green wax, which is kind of cool with the purple and the green on the back. I love that when they do something fun like that in the bars. Yeah, it's like a berry, sagey, light kind of scent. It's not super heavy or anything. It's fruity. It's not spicy. But yeah, it was nice. I don't think that I would repurchase it. It's nothing that like made a big impact on me. All right, Apple Cinnamon Sticks. I was definitely warming this last fall because I was loving it. And now I'm just like, meh. So it's got apple, cinnamon sticks. And y'all know how I feel about that one if you've watched my other videos. Amethyst. This one I bought off the Scentsy Black Market. Look at that. It's got like a silver. It's so messy. The wax is like brown. I don't know if that's how it came. It was super pretty. I couldn't tell you what the notes are in it, but I must have thought that I wanted it, so I got it. It was good. I don't know if it'll ever come back. It's from something called the Crystal Collection, but that was a really pretty scent. Real earthy. Maybe some fig in there. I'm not really sure. Whipped Vanilla Lavender. I was so sad when this went away. I know this came in the Mother's Day collection, and I thought I had clubbed it when I first got club in June, and I guess I didn't club it in time, and then I went to go club it, and it wasn't available anymore. And I don't think I really understood club yet still, because it was the first time I'd done it. So I called in to consultant support and I was like, I don't see the whipped vanilla lavender in there anymore under promotions, but I thought it was still available. And they're like, no, it's not. And I'm like, it's not in my club. Can we put it in there? And they're like, no, we can't put it in there for you. So I was like, darn it. So I went on the Scentsy black market and I went ahead and bought like 3 bars of it because I really loved it. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this one. So I went ahead and tried my own mix. I went ahead and took Vanilla Waves and mixed it with French lavender, and that worked beautifully. It was perfect, and it actually was a better performer than this one. So I just wasn't sad anymore. I was like, it's okay, I'll melt through my bars of these and then I'll go with that mix. And it's so funny because now salted lavender, or no, Vanilla Waves, I'm not sure what I called that a minute ago. Vanilla Waves and French lavender are both retired now. So you can still get this though. They brought it back in the catalog. So if you like those kinds of mixes, that kind of scent, you can do that with this. I would say this is not as good of a performer as the mix that I did with French lavender and Vanilla Waves. So I'm probably not going to repurchase this because I have Vanilla Waves and French lavender in my club. So I'm going to do that to get this vibe. But I love this scent combination. It's really pretty. And some of these, that one I would have done in a bedroom and bathroom. And some of these might not seem very fall-like to you. They don't to me either, and I'm definitely a seasonal melter. But the thing is where I live, sometimes the fall you can have really hot days in the fall. It's not all chilly and cold and cozy in the fall here. It's we get hot days in the fall. So sometimes I have to go ahead and just accept and embrace the heat and go ahead and melt something that feels more appropriate to me, because I really don't like warming, spicy fall scents when it's hot outside. So anyway, just sidetracked there, but just an FYI. Jammy Time. Yeah, I love Jammy Time in everything. I think anything I've tried Jammy Time in is a winner. So it's currently available. This is an old clam of it, but I do not go through laundry scents very fast. This really is more laundry to my nose. I don't go through laundry scents very fast because I only usually do them in the bathroom or near the laundry room in a small bathroom where I only have one mini warmer and I do 1 cube at a time. So it takes me a long time to go through a laundry specific scent. But yeah, I really, really enjoy Jammy Time. Bright Cider Life. Oh, this one is life. It's so good. This one has apples and pumpkins and apple cider, and I really love this one. So I stuck that in my club. That also has kind of a pretty label there on the packaging. So yeah, Bright Cider Life, so good in the fall. Sips of Cider. This was from the 10 new releases this past fall. I wasn't crazy about this one. I didn't remember who it was that said it reminded them of cows. I know that sounds really weird, but I think it was Angie, maybe? Was it Angie? Angela Smith? I think so. Anyway, somebody said it reminded them of cows. And I grew up in Wisconsin, and we would go to like dairy farms for field trips and things like that. So yes, something about Sips of Cider reminds me of cows too. I'm not really sure. It's not bad. It's like orangey, gingery cider. And I know there's plenty of people out there that enjoyed this one, but it didn't do well for me, for my nose. So I did not club that or buy another bar. All right, Black Forest Pine. Yes, I'll mount this all year long. Evergreen scent, like a piney tree scent with smoky vanilla. It's so good. So good in my club. And yeah. Ooh, yes. Oh, I must have bought this at a store. Look, there's a tag on it. Yeah, I think I got this from a consignment store. Painted Leaves. You guys, this is coming back. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I can hardly smell it now. It's been a while. Yes, but I'm getting it. A little bit of it. It's just like really, oh my gosh. If you like Autumn Road Trip, I think you're going to love Painted Leaves. I think it smells. I think it smells far superior to Autumn Road Trip. So when it comes back, give it a shot. It's so good. I don't know the scent notes, but she's a good performer. see next, blackberry spice. Oh, this was probably one of my top favorites from the 10 new releases. Yes, blackberries and spice and cedar. It's such a good performer. It's in my club. I did not want to take any chances because you just really never know, but this was a good fall scent. Yes, yummy, yummy, yummy. So happy when I warm that bar. Cedar cider. I go through these in the fall. I love cedar cider. Yes, it's so good. So good. Gosh, I've got so many bars here. Cranapple crumble. Didn't like this one at first. Sometimes bakery scents, I have to like come around to them. Yeah, I didn't like it at first. There's something in it, even on the sniff of the empty clamshell, there's something in it that where I'm smelling like celery. I know that sounds really odd, but there's like a note in this on cold that smells like celery to me. But when I warm it and it's going in the warmers, it's beautiful. It's just like a cranberry with like whipped cream. I don't get a bakery note in this. It's fun. I really liked Cranapple Crumble. I didn't club it. I think it'll come back. I think it was pretty popular. So that's Cranapple Crumble. Did that one in my kitchen. Here's another first day of fall. Yes. Yum, 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 yum. All right, see here, sugar cookie. I do this one on its own. I do this one as a mixer. You can get it currently as a brick in club. But yeah, it just smells like a sugar cookie. I think there's a Yankee candle called maybe like Christmas cookies, and it smells identical to that. Good one. Cranberry orange cider. I really liked this one. It just smells like cranberry orange cider. I clubbed it. It's from the Holiday Trio. I love it. It's unique to me. Like there's not a lot in Scentsy Land scents that smell like that. So I was super happy that that came out. Oh yeah, Cranapple Crumble. I must have really enjoyed this one because I went through a couple and I must not be that worried about it because I didn't club it. I do think it was popular and people will see that back. Okay, we're getting to the bottom and then I just have some like products I used. Okay, another graduation. See, I love graduation. I probably won't bust out another bar of this until the fall again, or when the kids start school. Very Perry Pumpkin. I love Very Perry Pumpkin. I know Lisa Roberry loves this one, and I know there's other people out there that love it too, but it's just so perfect at the beginning of fall because there's no spice in it. It's like pumpkin puree, the raw pumpkin, not cooked, and then pear, but like a bright, fresh, crispy green pear, and that's it. It's like those two things together, and it even smells better on warm. Like I can smell on cold why people would be like, ugh. But honestly, when you put it in the warmers, it develops. It does something else, and it's really pretty and like fresh. It's like a fresh kitchen fall smell that I can't describe. And I know there's not many of us, but we are strong. We are united. Very Perry Pumpkin. Okay, Sweet Orange Pomander. I really like this one. It's pretty. I don't remember when this one came out. I don't even remember how I got it. Maybe a flash sale or something. It's just, it is. It's like citrusy and spicy, and it's yummy. I know Elizabeth from Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents loves Sweet Orange Pomander. I still have a brick of it, and I have not busted open my brick yet. Okay. Baked Apple Pie. I like this one in the fall. It's kind of an early fall kind of bakery scent. It's super gentle, but it does kind of just smell like that pie filling, like the stuff that's inside the pie, not necessarily all the crust and everything like that, but it's pretty. I like it in the kitchen in the fall, and I'm happy to warm that. We'll see if, is that one available right now though? Yeah, I think it is available right now. Yeah, I could see people wanting to maybe warm that in the summer too, because people eat apple pie in the summer, but for me, it's because of the spice in it. I don't do a ton of spice in the summer, so that one definitely for me is more start of fall. Whoa, this is an old bar. This is nasty. This has been through it. It's wrinkly and discolored, and look at the back. But it's apple butter frosting, so that makes sense. Oh my goodness gracious. You are a sad clamshell. Oh, this is so yummy. I know this was so sad for so many people, but I really enjoyed it while I melted it, and I hope for all y'all that love that one, it comes back someday, because it is really pretty. Ooh, Summer Rain. Yeah, this must have been on a fall day that was warm and rainy outside. I'm actually warming summer rain today here in the living room because it's rainy outside, and it's so pretty, and I love the label on this. It's so cute. Yeah, the black lava salt, lush botanicals, cyclamen. I just get like a lighter version of a thunderstorm kind of scent, like the one you burn from Yankee back in the day, or the thunderstorm that Scentsy has come out with. But I really like them. It's fresh and just it just does. It smells like a summer rain or a spring rain. All right, you guys, one more clamshell, and it's ginormous. Look at this pumpkin roll. I finished a brick, and it's taken me forever to go through this brick, but look at it because it's old. It was a host exclusive, apparently, and I don't even know if there's a date on here. There's no date, but it's old, and this clamshell's sturdy. Like, they've definitely done something with their clamshells recently, because the clamshells are really flimsy and thin now, almost like paper thin, and this is like hard. And look at all the little scentsy indentations in there. But yeah, I finished up a brick in pumpkin roll. I think they've changed the formulation on this, guys. I really do. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist or anything, but this used to be stronger. This was stronger. It totally, this smelled, and it's a brick. This smells way stronger, even this old empty brick, than the empty clamshell that I had a pumpkin roll from the other day. Yeah. Or no, not the empty clamshell. The full bar that I had in my club that I unboxed in my last video, the bar inside that clam smelled less strong than the empty brick clamshell. So I don't know. I don't think it's just me. I think they've done something with pumpkin roll, and it's making me sad because it was my favorite pumpkin scent that they ever had. So yeah, super happy to hit myself in the head and empty a clamshell. All right, we still have one more wax thing. This was warm pumpkin drizzle. This was that came in the whiff box, probably as a like sneak peek of the next scent that was going to be coming up. So yeah, I warmed that, and I did know that I liked it enough to get the scent of the month kit, because I loved the warmer, the tiger's eye pumpkin, and then the scent also. I knew that I'd enjoy that. So all right, we only have a few more empties here. We got through some scent packs. What did we get through? Cedar cider. Yeah, that scent is pretty much gone. Let's see if there's any date. I always wonder if they have dates on here. This one says 2010 on it, you guys. This scent pack says 2010 on it. So I don't know. I must have had this for a long time, and maybe I didn't open it for a really long time, like it was still in the packaging, but I had obviously hung on to it for a long time. Vanilla suede. This one's dirty. Maybe it's the scent beads that are like discoloring the back, because usually these are like white, and this one's like brown. Let's see if I can see the date on this one. 2010 too. Yeah, can't really smell that one anymore. Let's see, the next one's Atlantic Air, and this one is newer. I can tell because the tag is new. Where are you? 2022. Yeah, this one's from last summer. I think I put that one in my car last summer. That was good. Huckleberry Sage. This is also another really old one, because the tag says 2010 on it. Yeah. It's a nice one in the car. That one lasted a really long time in the car. Okay, only a few more things. We've got Amazon Rain. I had that one in the car last summer. Another salted lavender. This must have just popped in the other bag, I guess. I had two of these. So the last bag that I did had one, and then this one. These are now discontinued, these little car clips. I don't think they were super great performers, but then again, I don't think the scent circles are either. And the pods are kind of hit or miss, but they do the best for me as far as scenting the car as well as the scent pack. So I have some pods here that I did. Whipped vanilla lavender. Yep. I can still faintly smell that. So that was good. I used that on my little mini diffuser in the car and now I have a bigger diffuser, but I learned how you take the little tag off and like stick the top to it so you can stick it to your mini fan diffuser so it doesn't flop all around the place. So that worked really well, that little tip I saw. Cozy Vanilla Pumpkin. This was a really good performer in the pods for me. I really liked it. Oh, and it still smells. I can still smell this in the pods. That was so good. So yeah, that was a good one in the pods. Wild for fall. This was another one from the Harvest Trio. I did not care for this one at all. I think it's like, it's supposed to be like an orange and evergreen type scent, but yeah, I didn't care for it in the pods or the wax. It just wasn't one that I enjoyed. And then the last thing I have here, guys, is a counter clean in apple and cinnamon sticks. Now I think I still like this scent in the cleaning products, and I have a few cleaning products left. And yeah, I actually don't mind. Maybe that's what happened. Let me know if this ever has happened to you. I started using the cleaning products after I had initially warmed the wax. So I'd warmed the wax and I loved it. I like fell in love with it. I was like, oh, this smells so good. I'm getting it in everything. So then I like ordered it in the counter clean and the Fresh, the Scentsy Fresh that you spray fabric with. I ordered it in the bathroom cleaner. I got it in everything. And I started using that all this past fall around my house. And then when I went ahead to warm the bar again at the end of this past winter, I didn't like it anymore. So maybe it's because I switched and started using in other products. So that's my theory now that I'm thinking out loud. Let me know if that has happened to you with any scents. I'm gonna have to be more careful in the future and more mindful about what I choose to use for cleaning products, because I don't want to ruin a scent for myself that way. So anyway, that's it, guys. The bag is empty. That was this past fall. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up and get all my things together for another video another day. And I hope you all have a great day. And thank you again for subscribing and for liking and for commenting on my last video, my first video that I posted. You guys are all so sweet and kind, and I'm just really happy to be here. So we'll see you again in my next one, guys. Bye.